If you are
Yeah.
wondering how much money Casey Neistat makes, you are not alone, and we are going to explore that here today. Hi, my name is Scott. I'm the co-founder here at SamCart. We're here live with Jordan P. Anderson, video production extraordinaire.
What is
Jordan,
up? Nothing much,
what's
man.
good,
You got a new background.
I got a new background. I am hanging out right now as we are recording this, as we are going live, for those of us who might be watching this in the future. I am currently right now sitting in Montana. We are here at my in-laws' place, hanging out in a nice snowy Christmas setting. So yeah, not the usual background here today.
Sweet. All right.
I also have been operating out of the same two outfits for the 2 days they got here since they lost my bag. So forgive me for that as well. But anyway, super excited. So Casey Neistat, if you are happening to watch this sometime in the future, what is up, dude? We've learned a lot from you. But yeah, Casey is just a massive vlogger. The dude basically invented vlogging, right, Jordan?
I think so. I mean, probably not, but yeah, he dominated it. But what really
right,
what really stood out, and like you and I were both talking about this when he came out with his recent YouTube course, just like all the red flags, all the bells were going off. How like the launch was great, like a classic launch that we would all encourage to do, but like there were some key flaws with it that's like, dude, you're leaving money on the table. So that's what we want to go through today, like how he can improve, how he can make more money, and really like how much money is he leaving on the table? That's the question I want to ask.
Exactly. Casey might be big enough that he doesn't care. You know what I mean? He might not care about the breadcrumbs and what's kind of like, what's being left out there on the table for him. But for every other creator on the planet, all of you guys watching, I want you guys to take note of what is going on, what Casey released over on monthly.com. And then, that's what we do here at SamCart, right? We are the e-commerce platform for creators. So there's gonna be a lot of stuff. We're actually going to showcase. We've got some pages built that we want to show you guys how we would build Casey's stuff and how we would launch it to make sure that we're maximizing every single dollar and not leaving that money on the table. But with that, Jordan, let's kick into it, man. Let's take a look at what Casey's doing right now over on monthly.com. Brand new sort of like sort of like a masterclass competitor, right? This is got a whole bunch of really big names on here, right? Selling their own stuff. Casey's out here teaching filming and storytelling.
Yeah, he's teaching filming and storytelling. It's I think their whole concept is like they do like it's a 30-day cohort class. So if you watch his YouTube channel, he does promotion, he links to this, and this is basically his landing page for his masterclass YouTube course, YouTube Academy. He's calling it just filmmaking, but it kind of goes through all the classes, the lessons, the videos, the breakdown, even a little bit about them. I mean, it's the classic landing page that we would all expect.
It's funny, man. You know what this looks like? This looks like a lot of SamCart's single page templates. That's what this looks like, right?
Yep.
And
exactly.
It's so funny. We talk about those all the time, but the pages you build inside of SamCart, the templates that we use and stuff, they're built like that for a reason, right? They are the stuff that's on those pages is there because selling and doing something, like selling whatever it is that you have is actually pretty easy. It's a pretty simple blueprint. And everybody follows it. Got some FAQs. Those literally look like our FAQs. That's the funniest thing.
I know. It's like it's
pages.
I feel like we're in the same code here. Yeah, it's
super cool. Yep.
So the main difference is if you keep scrolling to the bottom, you just hit the footer and then you hit the button. That would be the biggest.
Let's check this out. Yeah. So obviously on SamCart right now, this is flag number one, right? Flag number one is not letting someone buy from the exact same page. Okay, the page looks cool. It's nice. It's got a countdown timer until the next sort of like cohort starts, whatever. But let's go ahead and let's click enroll now, and let's keep exploring what it takes for someone to actually buy this thing.
Yep. So then the next step is it takes you to an email box that says get started.
Yeah, not great.
And it's not really clear as to what is going to happen next. It just says continue with your email. Yep. By continuing, you agree to their terms of service. Okay, continue with the email. All right, so let's go ahead.
Let's drop in. I was going to say drop in yours or mine or something like that. Let's keep going here. And remember, guys, the biggest lesson in your enrollment process and people signing up to buy whatever it is that you're selling, okay, is friction. Okay, you got to reduce friction. Fewer clicks, fewer things for people to type in, right? You got to be really clear about what's going on here, right? And we're going to show you guys some SamCart pages in a little bit, right? But Casey's already leaving money on the table here. And again, Casey might not care. Okay, this is like he's big enough. He's got that advantage that he might be able to say like, whatever, man, the site's making me money and these people signed me on in a contract to do this kind of stuff. But for those of you guys selling your own stuff, okay, we're already going off the rails. All right, you've got to make it so quick, so simple, so easy, so straightforward, right, as to what's actually happening here. And already we're asking for,
So
name
there's
and
no
password.
clear,
Like,
yeah. So just do name and then password, whatever, and then I create an account. So this tells me that this is not necessarily I'm buying
am I buying
Casey's.
something? Exactly, right? Like,
I'm
what's
not
going
buying
on?
Casey's course. I'm signing up for the monthly.com ecosystem, which maybe is not what I exactly want. So I
Exactly. I'm here for
create an,
Quincy's course. Your customers are here to buy your thing. Okay. Right. And
mhm.
now here we go. So let's keep going. Look. So it's got
And
credit
now,
card
so I'm at
information.
the, yeah. So now it's credit card information. I'm on the page 2. This all looks nice and clean. PayPal,
Mhm.
Affirm is built in. That's nice. And it kind of gives me a breakdown. 249. A nice little kind of summary, and then I would punch in and hit confirm, and then I guess that would open me up and take me into the course.
You would
So
hope it would, right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So no, I mean, once you get to this point, kind of good, but we're 3 steps in, right? Someone's on the page, they click enroll, they drop in their email, then they fill out the
mhm.
rest of their information, then they fill out their payment information. Like at that point, you're multi steps deep, you're multi pages deep, which is not great for phones and mobile devices, right? People who
Yep.
don't have really awesome connections. I mean, and sort of along the way there, you weren't really drawing a straight line between like I'm buying Casey's course. You're kind of like I'm logging in, I'm creating an account. Like what's going on
Mhm.
here? And then here, Jordan, go back a page actually,
Yeah, sure,
because one of my
to that credit
the you
card.
can put in there checkout. Yeah, yeah. One of the biggest flags that I see here, right, is there is no way to buy anything else, right? I mean, there's
Yep.
nothing. There's
Exactly.
absolutely nothing. You're paying 249, and that's it. There's nothing else to see. They're not offering you other monthly courses that maybe you'd be interested in. There's nothing here. I mean, they kind of break it up in payments, right? So you can use Affirm and you can kind of break out that 250 or 249 into some smaller chunks if you want. But
Okay.
I, honestly, I'm unimpressed by monthly.com. So all of you guys over there, I hope they're not actually watching because what I don't want you to actually get better at it. But yeah, so let's take a look, right? If Casey wanted to maximize what's going on, all right, we are going to build some stuff inside of SamCart and kind of showcase, all right, cool, look, you've got an online course, okay? Casey's rocking an online course here, like so many of SamCart's sellers who sell what, Jordan? They sell books, they sell online courses, they sell services to clients, I mean, on and
I even
on
saw,
the
like,
list goes.
yeah, even, like, music producers, you can sell, like, how to make your own beats and things
Yeah.
like that, like, whatever you wanna do.
And sell
So,
those beats. I mean, there are people who sell like, what do they call them? You had a name for them the other day. That was like
I think they're
Kit
called
Kit. Is that what they're called?
stems is one, where it's like
Them.
you
There you
buy,
go. Yeah, yeah.
like, like, it's just the bass drum and then the bass guitar and then the
I
guitar,
love
so,
that.
like, you have all those features.
Yeah, so you sell
Um,
whatever you want on SamCart. I mean, that's the
yeah.
really cool part, right? So what we've gone ahead and did, right, is we actually went in and we actually created sort of like a quick and dirty version of, all right, well, if Casey was going to sell this on SamCart, what would it look like? And so, Jordan, let's go ahead. Let's bring that thing on up, and we'll
Alright.
showcase kind of how some of that stuff is built. You got questions? Drop them in the chat, by the way, guys, because we're going to be building some stuff with SamCart here live
Mhm.
on the call. And so, again, this is all just sort of like relatively quick and dirty, okay? But let's take a look at if Casey wanted to maximize what's going on here, right? SamCart is the platform to make it happen. And so let's just, we basically tried to duplicate the page with very minimal design. We
Yep.
didn't, this was just, Jordan kind of clicking and messing around. Obviously, you could go a lot and do more stuff from here, but it would also start with one product and one SIM card, right? So you'd pick that and then just start customizing. So Jordan, walk us through what you did, man. I mean, we basically, you dropped in his video, we added a timer.
Yep, I use monthly.com. I used their template, basically, like, kinda reference it back and forth, and it took me about less than 20 minutes to build this page. I mean, I didn't have all the assets and graphics, so I just had to kind of steal around the internet. But yeah, you can have a page up and running in under 20 minutes, and Casey would not have to go through all of this process and have all these middlemen. He could build a page himself and say, here's the code, here's the YouTube video, here's the button, and let's sell it. So very much classic landing page. This what I even use the SamCart's template, and I'll even go to the design box over here.
Love
SamCart has
this.
SamCart. They got a collection section where you can do headers, you can do feature area, you can do call to actions, even guarantees at the very bottom. In case, like, just kind of start from. You don't have to start exactly from scratch. You can say, hey, I need some photos, headlines, titles, text here and there, and that's all I did. I just went to the header section. I chose this one. I think I chose this one. Dragged it over and immediately created it, and it drops right in. I think it went to the bottom, but yeah, you just add your video, catchy headline, and I even added the enrollment time
Countdown timers are a
countdown.
big one. Yeah, countdown timers are
Ju-
super important, right? Any of you guys out there selling your stuff, countdown timers are big, big deals. Okay. And here's a little like tip trick for you guys. You know what I mean? Like they have enrollments and cohorts and stuff like that going on, right? So there's actual reason for someone to act now. Because if you want to be in the next cohort of this course, you know what I mean, then you have to buy before it says December 27th on there right there. So, find ways to use timers and stuff like that for people, right? Hey, this is an introductory offer. It's only good for the first 48 hours while people join my email list, right? Or hey, this special offer is only available till Christmas, or like whatever. But be using countdown timers, right? And Jordan, let's go ahead, delete that countdown timer for me, and let's drag one back in, because I want people to see how easy it is to kind of customize this page and add some stuff that they want, right? So if we got rid of that countdown timer, right?
go
Then
over
you got a
here,
widget over here on the right.
countdown timer. So whatever style, if you want to do the digital clock, if you want to do the kind of Times New Roman font, I usually go with this kind of sleek minimalist Montserrat font.
I like that one. Right. So let's mess with that. Let's get rid of the background color. We'll remove the background color. Change the text color.
I just go with classic black and white. You don't have to go crazy with it. And then the very cool part about timers is, and before SamCart, before I had other web pages, I was using plugins. I had to go buy like extra memberships just to get a timer on here. Like to have it built in is, I was like, cool, I'm sold. But you can do it an exact date, just like Casey would for, I think his cohort ends on, it's like 3 a.m. on the 28th, which is like Pacific time. So that's one way to do it. Or you can do it based on when your visitor arrives at the page. So if you want to add just a little bit of hesitancy, some urgency. If you want to add a little bit of urgency, you could say, hey, you've got 3 hours until you visit. And Scott explained to me, like, it kind of tracks. It's not a cookie necessarily, but it's like once they visit that site, if they were to go away and come back to that same site, that same timer would still be in place.
Yeah, it'd still be counting down from 4 hours from the first time you saw it, right? Which is killer for anybody out here who's like, if you want to give a special offer to like a first-time email subscriber, you know what I mean? Then you do this. You know what I mean? This is what you use. You use a countdown timer that after someone's first visit, you know what I mean? And right after someone joins your email list or something, send to a page where you're selling your stuff. Give them the chance to go buy some stuff, right? And make a nice countdown timer that's gonna, hey, you've got 2 hours to do this. You've got 48 hours to do this, whatever you want to do. And it's gonna be killer. I think Casey used this off of his YouTube channel. So if you had a YouTube channel, got to post a video, and down in the description he's gonna say, hey, I've got a special offer for whatever, right? Come out 48 hours later, right? He'd be closing a lot of people if that countdown timer was a little shorter, was a little closer to happening right now. Because here's what's gonna happen. Right? With that countdown timer, the closer that countdown timer gets to 0, the higher those conversions are on that page, right? It's just a universal like rule of conversions and selling stuff online. All right. So, the shorter your countdown timer can be, the better. You got to engineer a reason or like, it's got to be a valid reason why it's going to expire that quickly. And so stuff like, hey, first time email subscribers or first time YouTube subscribers, right? Like here's a special offer is a great reason to go out there and start doing some of that stuff.
Yeah, I know you can also add it on an upsell page too if you want to do, like add at the top bar and say like, hey, this offer won't last forever.
Exactly. Big time. All right. So let's start moving down the page. And I just want you guys to see how easy it is to sort of replicate what, this, I'm sure Casey worked with monthly.com's whole team. I'm sure they designed this whole page for him, some of that, but making this kind of stuff is just so easy, right? So Jordan, like scroll over some of these boxes and let's just take a look at the different elements that make these things up inside of SamCart.
So
right?
this
you just scroll over like,
this is the movie magic. So these I just did a full screenshot of it, but you could go in
you just did
and
a screenshot. That's even better.
I did, yeah. I had to. But you can, so you add an image here if you wanted to. And we can go, let's find like just for example, we could say something from a stock image. So let's say like skateboarder.
Bingo. Love that. Yeah.
All right, so we use our skateboarder here.
Cool looking photography style thing. You know what I mean? Awesome. Yep. Cool.
Make it
small.
So if we wanted to make this like a widget where it's like, a whole gallery of these, you probably want it, I don't know, maybe like, I want to say like 150 width.
Yeah, probably something like that. Yeah, right.
So you take that and then you would drop in text right beneath it.
Drop a little text, a little headline, right? A little text, that kind of stuff. But it's so easy to just basically recreate pages you see elsewhere online and things that you like. You know what I mean? Like everything, all these little building blocks, all the little Lego pieces you need, you know what I mean, to rebuild what you see and like in other spots is just right there inside of SamCart. Makes it crazy, crazy easy. So yeah, we're just recreating what was made over there. It'd be super simple to make all that kind of stuff happen. And then yeah, let's keep scrolling down the page. We'll keep kind of showing off everything else that's going on the page.
All right, here we go. And then you go to like, his bio. So it's, you can add, I did like a little kind of texture background, did a little parallax effect, added some black opacity just to kind of, make it look nice, add a little texture. But yeah, simple little bio, the legend himself, Casey Neistat. Yeah, I think in most pages, and a lot of SamCart sellers even forget this, to like add a little bit of like a bio section.
Oh, for sure.
Because
Yeah. People want to buy from people. You know what I mean? People want to buy from you. Like if I'm looking for, let's just go with Casey's example, right? If I wanted to learn about photography and videography, right? I could probably go in a lot of different places online, but I can't buy from Casey Neistat anywhere else. You know what I mean? Like you and who you are as a creator should be all over this page because people want to know, people want to buy from people. They're building a connection with you, right? And it's valuable. You know what I mean? Always make sure we call these like little hero sections. You know what I mean? Like this is where put a smiling picture of yourself that looks cool, kind of on brand, stuff like that, right? Give a little bio, talk to people about, why they should be checking your stuff out and let them keep rolling.
Yep. And then at the very end, I kind of kept this page pretty short because I figured the kind of traffic he'd be getting from this are they're watching the YouTube video, they're a fan, they're maybe a casual filmmaker, casual videographer. So they don't want a long sales page. They just want something that's like, boom, like
Bingo.
the moment they land on the page, they hit enroll now and it takes them all the way down. But in case they do scroll all the way down and go straight to checkout, they can scroll up just a little bit and kind of review what has happened. And I encourage this for all SamCart sellers. Add this little review section, like have all your nice branding, your product mockups, your bio, and then at the very end, add this little like quick checklist of like, in case you forgot. Yep.
Yeah, bullet points. Yeah, make it this simple. You know what I mean? When you're talking, hey everybody, this is everything you get. You know what I mean? You always want to do that. Think of it like infomercials. Like it was like the best part of an infomercial, right?
Oh yeah.
Is you go back and towards the end, they're gonna be like, all right, and here's everything you get when you order today. And they lay out this like, they like flip over a wheelbarrow full of stuff that you get, right? Think of this section as the same thing. All right. It's where you reveal the price. It's where you toss out, hey, this is how much it costs and this is what you're going to get. But it doesn't need to be complicated. You know what I mean? Just the bullet points are so simple. And I love that. Right. And then, yeah, smack a guarantee on there, right? Having a guarantee is so critical. And then, yeah, Jordan, let's do one more thing here. Let's add an FAQ section and kind of mirror his FAQ section, right?
Let's do it.
So we can come over to the FAQ section on the far right, or the FAQ widget, right? And just drop in some FAQs. So Jordan, go ahead. We'll just click on the FAQ itself and we can just start literally just typing some stuff in. Jordan's just going to mess with some of the design.
Oh yeah, I got to style it just like these guys, just like this.
Got to style it. Yeah, can't not have it. Yeah.
So yeah, you can adjust the width to, if you want to kind of keep it all within, maybe this is for mobile, and you could switch to the mobile editor if you want to, but sometimes it's either way, whatever you want to do. So with this, yeah, you can choose your style. You can say, I kind of want the ones that kind of open up, the ones that totally cascade down, or some that are just pretty simple, like this little line effect.
Yeah, it's all simple kind of styling things. You add your colors, add your stuff to it. You know what I mean? Like it's all your branding, right? And so if you don't have Casey, like the whole team that Casey probably had behind him at monthly.com to design and create this page for him, you know what I mean? You guys can be doing the same thing, selling your stuff. Can be doing the exact same stuff, like right here at the builder, doing this kind of stuff here. So yeah, this is where you just add your FAQs. Big FAQs. Here's what an FAQ should do. Right? It should overcome a big objection someone has to buying from you. All right. So you should think through like, all right, why is someone not going to buy? Right. All right. Maybe they want to know, does this have a money back guarantee? Right. And you create question number one, right? Does this have a money back guarantee? Answer that question. Maybe someone's going to think, hey, I've never picked up a video camera before, right? I can't buy Casey's videography and, this whole kind of thing. Like I'm a newbie. Right? Go at that objection, right? Hey, if you've never done this before, blah, 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 it's going to be awesome. Like, but that's what FAQ should do. Go after big reasons someone doesn't buy from you. And then here's the really cool part. Jordan, flip back up to the top. Jordan talked about this in a little bit, right? And I'm sure if we go to monthly.com and we look at it in like the mobile view, I'm sure it's going to look okay, right? And Jordan, maybe try it out. Maybe take your screen and make it real skinny.
Yeah, let me do the inspect mode. So
There we go. Okay,
we'll
cool.
do iPhone 10 here.
Right. So all we're
Final
doing here is
accept.
looking at what does this site look like on a mobile phone? Because this is so important. And I encourage every single one of y'all out there, right? Go look at your own sales pages on a mobile phone. And I'm telling you, it's probably not going to look great. Okay. This looks good because monthly.com is a big company. I'm sure they took care of this for Casey, right? We're all set here. Man, it doesn't look that awesome though, does it?
I mean, it's great, but I feel like SamCart could
Yeah, it's
could be doing
not awesome.
same exact thing.
Yeah. It's not crazy awesome. Hit enroll now, Jordan.
Hit
Let's
enroll.
see what the enroll now section kind of looks like on this.
So now enroll. So maybe
Don't
because I'm still logged in, it takes
Oh,
me
it's
back to
probably
this
bad. Yeah.
checkout process. So I'm on a
Yep.
new page entirely. I'm on Casey/checkout now. So I've navigated away from the landing
Anyway,
page.
all of this to say, right, Jordan, let's hop back into SamCart. I just want to showcase that people can do this kind of stuff, right? So you guys
Yep.
can toggle from the desktop editor to the mobile editor and design two different pages, right? So let's go to the mobile editor and just see what doesn't look great. Like, let's go ahead. We can probably make that text a little smaller, right
Yep.
at the top, that headline.
Yeah, so I have it's like a sub headline, so you could say, let's do 22 or maybe 18, just so it's like kind of a.
Yeah, all we're doing here is just making sure that the stuff on mobile devices looks awesome and looks super sick. So we can just keep scrolling down.
Yep.
And you can edit stuff just in the mobile design, right? It's pretty freaking awesome. And making sure that you guys are capturing sales no matter what kind of device someone looks at, right? Because like I'm telling you, our stats show that 64% is the number right now. Just a hair under 64% of all traffic coming to SamCart pages is mobile. All right. So if your checkout process, if it's not easy to buy your stuff on a phone, right, then you are missing out in a major way. So again, Casey's got the whole team over at monthly.com to make sure his mobile stuff looks real good. But what about you guys, right? You guys should make sure that your stuff looks the same. So awesome.
So
Jordan, that's pretty dope.
You got the same bubbles, and then even the FAQs look great too.
Yeah, big time. So let's get back out. Let's go back to the main sales page that you created and kind of we'll get out of the builder here for just a second. But I want to showcase what the really cool stuff that we can do and where I think Casey probably stands the most money from this page is making the page look like monthly.com is easy, right? You can make your page on SamCart look like absolutely anything.
Yep.
But here's where I think Casey is going to really, 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 and again, Casey, if you ever end up watching this, you got to get in the comments and be sick. But here's where Casey Neistat is losing money and could be making, I mean, I don't want to exaggerate this. This is where he could probably be making 2, 3, 4 times more money, okay, is by letting some of the really advanced e-commerce stuff that SamCart does so well really kick into gear for him. So Jordan, let's bring it up and showcase what we got here.
Yeah, let me maximize here. So the first thing I added was making sure that you confirm your email address, because the amount of customers that Casey's probably rolling through is, he probably sold at least 10,000 units by now, maybe. If there's 12 million subscribers, that's probably a pretty good conversion rate. What I first added was
are going to have typos in their email addresses. That is a guarantee, right?
And from countries all around the world of all different languages, and to try to support that, it's just like that's a headache for a solo operator.
So here's why you have the email confirmation thing. You guys have the email confirmation thing so that your customers know that their email's in there correctly and they're going to get exactly what they need right away. All right. This is a massive one. This one little box right here, right, cuts down on so much customer support headaches and troubles, and it creates fewer piss off customers. You know what I mean? It is massively, massively important. And Jordan, showcase kind of where that actually happens.
Yeah, so if you're in your settings on your design page, you go over to your checkout fields, and it'll usually by default have shipping address, billing address. You can say, don't need that, don't care, this is a digital product, I'm not shipping it anywhere. And then you hit that little checkbox right there that says email confirmation, and that will add a second email address box.
Yeah, and so they did a nice job. I'll say monthly.com did a nice job of having, they're not collecting more information than they should. We know from SamCart's database, we know that if you don't need someone's shipping address or you don't need someone's billing address, get rid of it, right? Keep things as short and tight as possible. Monthly made a mistake, right? Because now they're going to kind of go from, one little pop-up to a new page to a third page. And that's where you actually kind of buy some stuff. And every extra click, every extra step like that is costing Casey sales. All right. So you guys can see here on SamCart's page that were made for him, right? It's short, it's quick, it's easy. You can collect as little information as humanly possible and then let people buy right there on the spot, right? And so next thing I noticed, Jordan, is we got the gifting thing set up, right? So
holidays
What are we doing there?
my mindset was the holidays are coming up, and maybe,
Big time.
the number one thing kids want to be is a YouTuber. So that's probably the number one wish list on kids' wish list is just mom, dad, buy me this Casey Neistat course. And
Bingo.
so they, instead of putting it in their name, they put it in their kid's name. So all they got to do is just fill out their parents, the parent, if you're 18 older, fills it out and then clicks that little gift option and says, here you go, son, here you go, daughter, enjoy this YouTube course. And now, boom, like you said, you got you have 2 customers out of 1 transaction.
Absolutely. And you're missing out on sales with not having options like this, right? You are missing out on sales, right? This is such a cool feature. I love that you can add this in here. Again, crazy quick. Jordan, showcase like where we turn this on, because I love how easy it is to sort of turn on gifting.
So you go back to your entire product, and then you go to advanced settings, and then you go all the way down, probably about halfway, and this little tick box
Just
right
one
here.
little toggle, right? You just toggle
that's
it
it.
on, right? Turn on gifting, have it say yes, have it say no, whatever you want for your business. But I'm telling you, turning on gifting is such a lightweight, easy little way to start winning more sales.
Yep.
All right. So
And
now we're going to scroll through to payments, right? So now it's actually the point in time in which someone's going to actually start paying you. Okay. And you've got credit card right here. Jordan, there are 2 other things that we can turn on right here that are super simple, right? If you want to turn on PayPal, right, you can do that exactly with just one little drop right here, right? And then actually, I don't think this account is integrated with PayPal, is it?
Yeah, we haven't added PayPal to this one. We got to do
we
it
haven't added PayPal. Anyway,
after the show.
Here,
but
if you connect your PayPal account, crazy easy, right? And you'll be able to offer that to your customers. They can pay with credit card or PayPal. Now, what Jordan did add is called digital wallets, right? That means Apple Pay and Google Pay are now live on this page. So Jordan, hit save changes and let's showcase that.
Let's hit refresh. So I might not have it on mine here. It might not show up here, but if I were
because you're on, I gotcha.
But if I was on a phone, it would say Apple Pay, and you can also choose it by default. You can say I don't want folks to put in their credit card. I want them to directly go into Apple Pay. So monthly, it's nice that they had the Affirm option, but to have Apple Pay built in for all of those iPhone users out there. Just boom, check mark.
We talked about how important it was, right, for your guys' stuff to work on mobile devices. Okay, nothing is simpler than someone literally coming to your phone, checking this whole thing out, and they wouldn't even have to input any information. They click on Apple Pay, they hit like the little thing on the side, and they're literally going to buy your stuff with their face. Okay, that's the kind of stuff you get, right? That's why SamCart is the e-commerce platform for creators. That is why our customers make 3 to 5 times more money than anybody else, than the average person selling other places, is because you get features like that. And that doesn't even scratch the surface of what is the coolest thing that we have to show you guys today, right? Which is, we talked about before on monthly.com, right? One of my biggest beefs there is that Casey has no way to sell other stuff that he's got. Okay, he is artificially capping how much money he's making by saying, look, this thing costs $249 and that's it. You can't spend any more. You can't, buy my time. You can't buy other courses I might have. You can't do anything, right? Now, Jordan, you added something super, super sick here at the bottom of the page that we think, again, you want to talk about why we think Casey could double, triple, or even 4X what he's making on the other site.
I think there's a lot more money he could be making from this. So we added 2 order bumps. So us being our little business coaches for Casey here, the first one is adding some kind of coaching, because an online course is great. An online course is an amazing way to teach your knowledge, like tell folks about all the years and years of knowledge that you've accumulated at scale. But sometimes your course doesn't exactly hit every single facet of the knowledge. Like you need to go a little bit more in depth, or you need to go a little bit more personal with your user. So we added the Casey Neistat YouTube coaching. And I know Casey's busy. I know the guy is a huge celebrity, so he's only got time for a monthly coaching call. It's $1,000 a month recurring. So this guy's going to be adding $1K a month monthly recurring revenue to his bottom line. Have a monthly coaching call from the YouTube legend himself. Join Casey for a monthly live call, and you would just have access to that. You could watch he gives a presentation, hour or 2, answers personal questions, signs off, and the guy's made $1K per user that's watching this. So it's for the serious videographers, the serious YouTubers out there. But this, I think, it has a lot of potential.
But what he's doing right now, right, is basically by only letting people buy $249, right, you're keeping someone from being able to spend more, okay? So not everybody's gonna take what Jordan's saying, you know what I mean? Like $1,000 a month might seem expensive, but man, if I was Casey, that's probably what it would cost to hang out with me once a month, you know what I mean? I probably might even charge more, right? But for absolutely everybody out there, right, you guys can make it this easy. Jordan, go ahead and hit one of the clicks here. So let's add
So
one of
I
these
do.
bumps to our order. Yeah.
So,
Yes.
so it's
These are called order bumps is what these are called, right? And they're basically just, here's how I can let customers add other stuff as they're checking out for me, right? And this one feature could change your entire business, right? I'm not just talking to Casey. I'm talking to everybody who's
mhm.
watching this, right? But you guys, absolutely everyone can and should, right, be giving other things for people to buy, whether that is a monthly coaching thing that costs 1,000 or maybe it costs $10. I don't know, whatever. And then the second one, because you can add multiple of these things, right? Is we came up with this idea. We thought maybe it'd be cool to have like a Casey's internal Discord channel, right?
Yeah, this is
Like a
almost like the
private
down.
Slack channel. Yeah.
Yeah, this is like the downsell. Like if you can't afford the coaching, you can at least get in
Yeah.
the chat room with Casey, and
Just get
Casey
in
might piggyback.
an AIM chat message, right? And courtesy of
Yep.
Discord. And just ask questions and create a little community in there, right? But you can make it paid. I mean, it's so easy. I'm telling you right now, every single creator watching this, you guys can get paid for stuff like this. All right. So this is the kind of thing that could take, $250 course and turn into something that's making tens of thousands of dollars, with very minimal effort. But yeah, basically what Jordan's showcasing here is that just by adding the opportunity, right? Some customers, a fair few of them, right? But a bunch of people are going to come through here and they're going to say, I don't want to just spend $240. I want to spend, and they can be spending up to $1,350 with a bunch of that money being recurring, coming back to you every single month. Right. So it is a massive opportunity just to let people choose to spend more, right? Is a humongous opportunity that I think is probably the single most powerful thing that we could be offering to Casey here if he were to come check out and see how he or other creators that you guys are watching this, right? What other kind of opportunities are out there for you guys to be making more money from what you're doing? Those order bumps, right? Those quick offers, adding something else to your cart is an enormous needle mover.
Absolutely. It's what kind of frustrates me with how some of this work is that these huge celebrities are like they're creating a middleman when they could just be hiring a quick assistant to if they wanted, hey, assistant, build me the SamCart page, set this up, and I want all the money coming to me. Instead, what they've done with monthly.com, what they've done with masterclass.com is that these folks are taking a cut. These platforms are,
Huge cuts.
how much money is monthly.com skimming off the top before the paycheck goes out to Casey? So if Casey's got, he can add videos, he can add his own course, and he can sell his own course where he'd be making 100% of the money. And then
Yeah, and it's not even just masterclass and monthly too, Jordan. I mean, like, there are so many platforms out there that creators use that take huge chunks of their sales. You know what I mean? Like Skillshare and stuff like that, right?
yep,
Not only
that's
they're
another
going to
one.
take 5, 7, 10% of every dime that someone makes, but they're also then going to promote their competition everywhere else, control over everything, right? With SamCart, like, you're in control. You know what I mean? Like, you're never going to get shown. Your customers are only going to see what you want them to see. You know what I mean? You're going to make all the money thing, right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
if
Monthly.com
yeah,
they have a
I'm,
ton
and if you look,
of reason to be promoting all the
yeah, like
courses and trying to put them in front of your customers.
yeah, like Casey is number 6 on the list here, so he has to outcompete all these other YouTubers and huge creators. So he does. It's almost like you don't even have your own space. Like you could be. He has his own YouTube channel. He can drive his own traffic to his own website and not have to worry about, elbowing in trying to make sure that, hey, that I want to be featured at the top, or like there's no negotiation with these platforms. Like, yo, I thought I'm supposed to be on the hero section. Why am I on the page 6? What's going on here? You're not having to have that conversation. You can. So
Exactly. Yeah.
we
They're going to limit your upside. You know what I mean? They're gonna not help you make more money. They're not going to give you features that continue to grow your business and continue to boost conversions, continue to give your customers flexible payment options, continue to let your customers explore and buy more. They're also going to take a chunk of your sales. They're going to promote your competition in front of you. You know what I mean? You can't own everything and make it, if Casey wants to launch something else, right? And actually, I should a good segue into what we're going to talk about next, right? There's no other way for you to go here. You know what I mean? You've got a course and that's kind of it. And anything else you want to put out there, you got to go back to monthly, you got to, whatever, and you got to make some other kind of stuff. But the nice part is with SamCart, we actually came up with something else that we think a totally different page, right? Because we know that Casey is getting hit up a ton to do what? To speak on stage, right? To come to my event. We want to keynote this. We want you to show up this webinar. We want you to do all this kind of stuff. And so we figured, listen, why wouldn't we, with SamCart, you wouldn't have to stop there, right? He could go make a separate page where people could pay to book him, right, for live speaking events. And we spun up a quick page that I think we're going to like here.
Yeah, let's bring it up here. Yeah, with the speaking world, you have a talent agent, you have the speaking bureau, you have the event host, who you have all these middlemen that are sitting in the way between you just showing up and speaking and you making that money. So if you get booked for a gig, the event's going to take their cut, your agent's going to take his cut, and then finally you get paid. Whereas Casey could just say, hey, I want to create my own SamCart page, and if the event wants to hire me, if New York Times wants to hire me, if TED Talk wants to hire me, they just go to this website and then they fill out the checkout form. So got it right here. Let's check it out. All right. And this can be pretty simple. Like if it's just a speaking gig, this can just be a one pager. This doesn't have to be multi-steps. And most of the people that are going to be browsing the site have the intent or at least the budget to afford this guy. So I think Casey, in his I want to say Casey could probably pull like 500K. I think Gary Vee does like $1 million for a keynote speaker, but I kept it a little bit.
Honestly, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure what you have down here at the bottom is mostly a deposit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Somebody, the right person who's speaking this way. Yeah.
It's modest. So, again, adding for this one, we added a lot more information because this is going to be a much higher budget. So name, billing address, and then for the shipping address, you could add that, the shipping address could be where Casey is going to be shipped to. Is it Miami? Is it Hawaii? Is it Seattle? Where are we shipping Casey?
How much does Casey weigh? Right? What does he cost to ship to Miami?
So with SamCart, you have the option to add payment options. So what it is, you create two products and then you just in the back end add the second product into the first product. You kind of rope it in. And I put, because now that we're in the post-corona world, that we have two options now for keynote speaking. We have the in-person keynote, and then we also have the Zoom keynote speaking gig. So maybe a venue can't afford
different kind of customers, right? You got to let customers kind of choose what's right for them. And we know from SamCart's database that when you give your customers choice, whether that's pay in full or break it into chunks, right? Whether that's buy gold, silver, or platinum packages for whatever, that is huge for your conversions. And so being able to kind of quickly let people say, okay, cool, I'm looking for an in-person event and I'm willing to pay this much, or I'm at a I'm just looking for a Zoom event, right? And letting people kind of, pay down could be enormous. But Casey could start linking to this page right here from emails. He could start linking to it in his YouTube description. He could have it on the footer of his website, right? And it's just this thing out there that's just floating. And when people go looking and say, hey, I want to book Casey, they're going to find this page. They're going to have the right information and they can close the sale, take a deposit right there on the spot, right? They can pay for it immediately if that's the kind of thing. And all of a sudden, Casey's going to know, that I've got people who are dying to, people who are willing to put down $5,000 for a deposit, or what is that, $90,000?
I'm sorry, yeah, 90,000 and 50,000. So that's
$50,000, $90,000. Yeah, so you could do it like this. You could make the product just charge for a deposit. You know what I mean? Hey, if you're serious about this, you need to put 10% down. And I'm going to charge 5K, I'm going to charge 9K, whatever, right? Yep. But you could start having this kind of stuff and people are going to find it. People are going to start booking you, you know what I mean? And you guys, the people watching this, so we're not necessarily, talking directly at Casey here. But, you guys could start doing this kind of stuff and just linking to this page from all over, right? And letting people start booking you and paying you for, appearing and showing up at whatever they got, for that part. So, and then again, one of the coolest things again is, talk about this, Jordan, talk about the order bump here.
Yeah. So with a keynote speaking gig, sometimes you're just solo on stage, and then sometimes you're sitting on a panel of 4 people sitting on the couch talking. Sometimes if you're a good talent agent, you say, okay, we're going to charge extra for that. So that's the add-on. So you can say, hey, I want to hire you, Casey, for an in-person keynote, but I also want you to stick around for the panel discussion at the end
Love that.
of the speaking session. And that saves a conversation. That saves another round of emails between you and the client going back and forth. They just say, if they want it, hit the checkbox, and that starts the conversation. That starts the whole process. Yeah, it could be $50,000, or this could be a $50,000 deposit just to start the process, get things going.
Whatever Casey wants to charge, right? At that point.
Yep.
I love that. Yeah. And so again, the overriding like theme here, right, is you always have to give your customers the opportunity to spend more. You know what I mean? If they want to dive in, if they want to keep buying, they want to look at some other stuff, they want to add something else, right? You've got to give them that chance. And so having those tools at your disposal is something, I mean, again, the biggest thing that I think Casey's missing out on, right? Using monthly.com to sort of launch all this stuff, which again, is not something that's available to everybody, right? Like monthly.com is not chasing down normal everyday, creators and stuff like that. But Casey's over here launching a brand new course, launching a brand new, series essentially that a lot of people are doing the same kind of thing in your own business. And by all intents and purposes, it's a cohort thing. So he's committing to doing this over and over again, right? But that's where we think he's missing out the biggest. That's where we think he's, whatever he's going to be making on monthly, he's going to be handing a portion of it back over to monthly.com, right? Come to SamCart, pocket all that difference. Do not hand whole percentage points of your business, 4, 5, 7, 10% of every dollar you make back to someone else. He's got no way for people to discover more things that he's got. So whether that's going to be a monthly coaching thing, whether that's going to be other training he's got about videography and writing stories and all that kind of stuff, whether it's going to be, he's got no way to sell other products like collecting, gig fees and stuff like that, letting people book him to show up. It's just a lot of things that he's leaving on the table using monthly.com. And that's, again, we're a little bit biased, but of course, SamCart is the e-commerce platform for creators. So, that's the kind of stuff that you do get when you come to an e-commerce platform built for people like you guys, built by creators, by, myself is something I've done for a long time. We definitely understand. We understand Casey might not care about the breadcrumbs that are falling off of this, that are not going to his bank account, but he should, because honestly, it could be many times bigger than what he's got going on now.
Sweet. All right, let's wrap this up. So if you are watching this live stream, hit the share button and tag Casey in this. Let's see if Casey will reply to this one. Hey, why not?
Shows up, man. Yeah.
And then also leave a comment below, guys, on the next celebrity you think we should examine on who should they join SamCart, and we'll be their little business coach for this live stream. Yes, again, your favorite celebrity, drop it in the comments. We'd love to hear it. My name is Jordan Anderson. We have Scott Moran, the co-founder of SamCart. And we're out.
Merry Christmas.
Later.